Right, okay, angels, guys. What is it that this beautiful person that this video is finding needs to know today? What do they need to hear? Hold on, because I've got 3 cards that are just facing down, so I can't tell what they are. Okay. Lots of cups in here. Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, 9 of Cups. There was 10 of Cups and 7 of Wands. Instantly, with this one, what it makes me feel, this is going to be a message for divine feminines who have a very innocent type of love, or a very innocent approach to love as well. I feel with this energy as well that, you know, yeah, with the 7 of Wands, despite of challenges in love that you had to face all of your life, despite of difficulties, you know, you've even tried to, like, you know, looking at this 9 of Cups, and this is the only deck that 9 of Cups is a little bit, you know, dark. There's a certain amount of sadness to it. So with this one, what it makes me feel that, you know, you tend to over exaggerate, maybe, or maybe just because, you know, just because of your giving, open and generous nature, you tend to build those castles in the sky. You tend to overindulge as well, is what I'm hearing in that. And I think, like, you know, with this Page of Cups, you tend to, or used to do it, like, you know, with your imagination. And sometimes, like, you know, with the 7 of Wands, maybe you would fight for people who were not worth it at all. But having this Queen of Cups in here, so this makes me feel like, you know, you're leveling up in some way. This is like changing. You are getting a lot more understanding as well, as much as, you know, personal power. Like, you know, something that yeah, like, you know, when you look at those cups that they hold in as well. So with her, like in the Page of Cups, which is like, you know, the younger energy, the younger you, like, you know, with this sort of fish coming out of that pot. So I feel like, you know, this is precisely like, you know, energy of you trying to kind of make things happen, materialize things, you know, when they were actually just a slippery fish, simply put. But now with this Queen of Cups, you know, you've elevated to an energy where you understand, like, what your heart is all about. You understand your love and you value your energy a lot more. And also what's coming through as well, you are a little bit more realistic about life and about things. You want things tangible. You don't rely purely just on your imagination or some fleeting words. You need something real. Like, you know, with this Queen of Cups in here, you get into the point of, like, you know, you would rather be alone than invest your cup into anybody that doesn't make you feel like yourself, like you can be fully yourself. You are done with putting your head down to make other people happy as well, like, you know, with this 9 of Cups. So I have a feeling that, you know, you might have been a people pleaser most of your life. But yeah, with the 7 of Wands, now you are a warrior. And, you know, you fought so many battles and you had to overcome so much. And I feel like, you know, with this hand in the air in here as well. So I feel like, you know, even if it's not seen, and even if it's not in the open, you know, there's a lot of people who are cheering you on. There's a lot of people who are like, yes, like, you know, amazing. Like, there's people who know, you know, the darkness that you come from. They know where you've been. They maybe remember still this old versions of you, like with this Page of Cups, you know, but you've grew so much and you fought so many battles. And, you know, in the background, you are being definitely supported, and, like, you know, see there's shadows as well here behind them. And I feel that's your spirit team as well. You know, you're very kind of guided and supported. You've got some kind of mission as well in life, what I'm kind of picking up with this energy in here. You've got like a bigger mission. And I feel like, you know, with this Page of Cups to Queen of Cups, that, you know, you might have as a Page of Cups energy, and you might have been, you know, even in some parts a little bit selfish. Maybe you just, like, you were looking for that pleasure, like with this 9 of Cups, and for this self-indulgence in some ways. Maybe even, you know, relationships that you've been in, you know, they were just focusing on that pleasure. But I feel like now you want something more. You want, like, you know, something that you've been fighting for all this time. And with this 10 of Cups, you want everything, you want it all. And I feel like, you know, with this beautiful, perfect image here on that 10 of Cups, like, you know, you want this peace, this contentment, like, no, this heaven on earth. And in you, like what I'm kind of picking up as well, you know, you really like being outdoors, you know, you like nature, and you crave, like, you know, your own kind of peaceful space away from everything, with your special person, with your own children, like, you know, your own family. You want to build like your own legacy, you want to make something of your own in here. Wow, this is beautiful. Right, let's just check what's on the bottom of the deck. 5 of Cups, Justice, 8 of Cups, 6 of Cups, 5 of Cups. Wow, okay, I think we're going to stop on that. Right, let me just pause it and tune into this quickly. Right, okay, this is going to be quite deep. But like, you know, on top of all this sort of, you know, coming back to these battles that you had to face, especially when it comes to love and emotions, I have a feeling like, you know, with this, I had the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Cups, and 5 of Pentacles. So a lot of you here, you know, when it comes to your trust and love, or maybe your choices as well, you know, there's some kind of influence here of a very strong kind of masculine figure. Somebody as well who, it feels that, you know, with the 7 of Cups, yet again coming back to you and imagining things and being, you know, slightly immature in how you approach love. So I feel like you sort of over imagined or over created an image of somebody that, you know, sort of you invested. Yeah, I'm looking at that rose, you invested yourself in, you like gave your heart into this person. But, you know, with this 5 of Pentacles, they left you out in the cold, like this feeling like, you know, especially those two figures walking away there in the background with their heads down. So I feel like you just sort of walked away from it, like, you know, with this Wheel of Fortune. So it could feel like, you know, there was an element of some sort of destiny in this connection. You know, there was something in there for you to learn, is what I'm kind of hearing as well. But having as well the Chariot, Knight of Wands, 6 of Cups, 8 of Cups. So there's like a choice as well in here to be made. And I feel it has a lot to do with you living in fantasy, like, you know, with the 7 of Cups, versus you, like, you know, with this 8 of Cups, walking away and walking towards something more real, something that, you know, with this Knight of Wands, something that's making you feel alive as well. Yeah, with the 6 of Cups, like, you know, you do, yeah, there's some kind of connection in your life that you have that is important to you, that is dear to you. But there is this like element of, yeah, there's this 9 of Swords, 5 of Cups. So there's this element of this connection causing a little bit of confusion as well. Like, you know, yeah, that's why there's 7 of Cups as well. I also feel like, oh God. Yeah, there is something that's currently, like, you know, with this 9 of Swords, is literally taking away your sleep, or something that is worrying you in here, or something that you can't stop thinking about. And you're looking at the Chariot, and it's something to do with a choice. And also, like, you know, with this Justice, this 8 of Wands in here. So I feel like you have some sort of communication in common, and it might have a lot to do, oh shit, yeah, it might have a lot to do with some kind of past connection that you haven't in parts like fully let go of. And yeah, there's, yeah, I've also had 3 of Swords, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, 8 of Swords, King of Pentacles in here, and Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, this might be referring to some kind of past connection, like, you know, from a while ago for some of you. So in parts, and this is in regards to that connection where you in some ways might have, you know, went too deep or over exaggerated somebody or over invested your feelings too much. But I feel like, you know, right now, like, you know, coming back to the Seven of Wands, you know, you fought for that happiness that you've created for yourself. You know, you started to understand, you know, your heart and your love. And I have a feeling like, you know, there was some kind of comeback around as well here with this Wheel of Fortune, of some kind of masculine figure in your life that, you know, had some kind of bigger impact on you, or somebody that maybe you've been holding on to, you know, with the Seven of Cups, but, you know, with this Five of Pentacles, nothing really kind of tangible grew out of this. But yeah, with this Chariot here, this Knight of Wands, Six of Cups, Eight of Cups. So I feel like you were kind of in the process, or maybe you were ready to kind of leave this behind, because, you know, with the Knight of Wands, there was arrival of some, or maybe there will be soon an arrival of a new energy in your life, that kind of sparked something up. But I feel like, you know, the past yet again crept back on you. And yeah, there's this Eight of Swords as well. So there's this feeling of like, you know, the mental kind of coming back to that mental prison, and, you know, the restrictions of the mind as well. So I feel like, you know, you've been so hurt and so broken that, you know, with the Queen of Swords as well, you know, you tend to just cut things off. Whenever your heart starts to feel anything, yeah, coming back to this Nine of Swords as well, you know, and coming back to the beginning of the reading, that, you know, when it comes to your heart, when it comes to your emotions, you've been through it all, and you've been through so much. And that's why, you know, whenever opening yourself up to anything, it feels very scary, and it feels like, you know, you straight away kind of with this Five of Cups, like, you know, it all leads to this, it all leads to heartbreak, it all leads to me, you know. And I feel like you've been heartbroken one too many times as well. So yeah, there's definitely like a feeling of this choice in here that, you know, you might, like, you know, with this Wheel of Fortune, you might have like a comeback around of something while you in the process of either moving on, or maybe moving up, you've met somebody new, you've met another person, but there might be some kind of test, I want to say, put on you, and that's going to have to do with some kind of message, somebody maybe even communicating some kind of truth in here with this Justice, or maybe there's like a slight element of, I don't know, some karma as well. Why am I looking at this little mouse on the bottom there? So yeah, there's like something, some kind of hidden truth, like, you know, there's something that, yeah, and grain as well, like with this grain in here. So somebody who is, you know, there's some kind of pieces of like information that you haven't got, but, you know, just because you are, like with this Queen of Cups, very emotionally tuned in, you might be an empath. So, you know, you feel a lot of things that, you know, are not being said, or, you know, things that are being hidden, and, you know, you maybe just got like a little grains of it. Wow, I've just noticed number 22 on one of those columns. So number 22 might be significant. So maybe on 22nd, is it today? No, it's tomorrow. So yeah, maybe tomorrow you'll be receiving some kind of communication. But there is some kind of truth, definitely, I feel in here, that is being sort of, you know, withheld and not being kind of revealed to you. And I feel like, you know, this sort of, because you are, yeah, because obviously having Queen of Swords that came out as well, as much as Queen of Cups, so you are, you know, a very generous and loving person, but also very honest, and, you know, and you love honesty as well yourself. You know, you can sense anytime somebody is, you know, untruth or something's wrong, and, you know, you don't want to kind of bother yourself with any of this anymore, because you came a long way, like, you know, with this Page of Cups, this Seven of Wands, you came a long way. You don't want to bother yourself, and, you know, you want mature as well. So this is going to be, you know, a message for those of you who've been through it all, and, you know where you are, and you know what you don't want to kind of faff yourself with anymore. So I feel, oh my God, and yet still that Chariot is in the middle of my table. I keep staring at it. So yeah, there will be like some kind of a choice in your life to make, whether you're going to go back, in a sense of whether you're going to come back to living in your head, whether you're going to allow yourself just to live on breadcrumbs, on just little grains of truth, or whether you're going to choose a new direction where there is truth, honesty, clear communication. Yeah, that's all of that is on that side, you know, of you letting go of things that are just not, like, not real, not tangible, like, you know, like with this King of Pentacles in here. So yeah, yet again, okay, having King and Knight of Pentacles in here, and with this Judgment Rebirth card in here as well. So I feel like, you know, this will refer to a lot of you, in a sense of, like, you know, whether you going to choose something that is stable and is already here and is, you know, ready, or whether you're going to be waiting for something that, you know, is never sort of coming. Like, you know, whether you're going to be living on that imagination or whether you're going to step into your divine energy and only receive things of an equal, yeah, like, you know, this equality with this justice, like of an equal energy exchange and of an equal, like, oh, what's the word for it, Spirit? Like this equal love, like where you equally, like on the same level, I want to say, where nobody has to chase, or, you know, when there's like clarity, like, you know, yeah, looking at that Ace of Swords as well, when there is that clarity. Where is that clarity? And yeah, with this Empress, where you are absolutely open and free to be who you always were meant to be. Wow. Love you. Bye.